Hello, and thank you for joining the Triya webinar. We'll be going live in a few minutes. We're just going live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and a few other platforms. We'll be starting the webinar in a minute. Just finishing going live on the other platforms, and we'll give it a little bit of time so that people can join. Yeah, we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and a few other platforms. I'll start my screen share, and then we can start the webinar. Thank you. One second. Uh, Volume Studio. Yeah, I hope the volume is better now. Okay, let's get started. I'll start my screen share. So I'll just confirm that I can see my screen. Yeah. So firstly, welcome to the Triya webinar. This webinar is intended to help you join our course, which enables you to become a better programmer. And especially if you're starting programming, to use the right techniques so that you can learn quickly and get a job as a good developer. Uh, we would like to know a little bit more about the audience. If you can, please add the details in the add your own details in the comments. Something like your name and what you do and what you aim to learn, etc. In the comments, it'll help us uh, update the future webinars for our audience. A short intro about me. My name is Akhil. I joined the Vidphone in 2016 as a developer. I'm now the co-founder and CTO of Vidphone. I've done multiple projects, including Django, WebRTC, etc. There's a more detailed introduction when I get to the PPT. Onto our mission. And initial mission with this webinar series is to get at least for a start 1,000 people to start their development careers with us. So we help train them, and then they get a job somewhere as a developer. This is a 30-minute live webinar. Please join the webinar if you have at least 30 minutes to spend on this webinar. And so why should you join this webinar? There are three main reasons. The webinar will help you join our course, which will help you get a high-paying job. You'll also, in the process of learning to become a developer, you'll become a better problem solver. And even if you're not going to do the tech aspect of the job, if you're involved in management or involved in the teams, you'll be able to better communicate with your developers and tech people, so that you'll be more efficient. If you have any questions, sorry guys. If you have any, I'll just mute my phone once. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and we'll answer them in the end. Thank you. Now I'll head on to the presentation. As mentioned, this webinar is on how to about how to teach you to learn and deploy your first website. And we don't want to make you spend too much time on this. We want you to build and deploy your website in just 3 hours. And this is meant for beginners as well. So even if you don't have coding experience, you can take our course and start your programming journey. If you've For those of you who have already tried to do programming before, you might have encountered a few difficulties when starting up. You might have tried to learn but got stuck in somewhere. You might There's a common scenario and problem common scenario in programming wherein you feel like a imposter. It's called imposter syndrome. So you might feel that you're not smart enough to start up. And you might also keep continuously do webinars, one after tutorials, one after the other, and then you're just stuck in doing tutorials. You don't do anything meaningful. These are some common problems that happen when you start programming. Now, a little bit about me. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Vidphone. I have 7+ years experience. I helped launch Livewire, which was India's first communications app, a video communications app for consumers. And then later we pivoted Livewire into Vidphone, which is India's first enterprise video communications platform. And now Vidphone's pivoted into video commerce. We've also helped multiple companies like Citron and Stellantis to sell cars during the pandemic. Danfoss with their material traceability product. We've also have built ERP and more for other customers as well. Some of our client portfolios mentioned here. We've done work for a lot of these companies as well, and some of these companies have used our products. So what's our overarching goal for this webinar? We want you to build and deploy your first website, even if you've never coded before. Uh, we know that programming can be overwhelming when you start up, but we want to make it as simple as possible using something called design programming, which we'll get to a little later. We want to make sure that programming is simple, practical, and rewarding. So why programming? Programming is the language of the future. Whether you want to start a business, or become tech savvy, programming is in high demand. It's not just for engineers. Even if you're a founder, or even if you would just work alongside an engineering team, programming can be beneficial to you because you'll be able to communicate better with programmers. You'll be able to know instinctively what requests might be very difficult for them, or what requests can be simple for them. You'll basically get to walk a little bit in their shoes, so that you'll be able to empathize with them and uh, collaborate with them easily. Generally pays well, even though the starting salary is 28,000 ish in India. Uh, a good developer gets paid much more per month. One of the misconceptions is that you have to be very nerdy or techie to learn to code, uh, and those are just misconceptions. You don't need to be a math genius. Basic logical thinking is enough. If you can learn to count and do basic maths, that's enough for coding. You don't need calculus, etc. is needed when you do more advanced stuff, or if you're building your own compiler shader, etc. Not for basic web development. Another misconception is that you need to finish university, do a programming course, spend 4 years learning to become a programmer. Nowadays, a lot of companies do take in students, sorry, do take in people who don't have a formal education degree in computer science. That's because they have a body of wealth of knowledge, and they have a body of experience doing different projects, which they can showcase, which can often act as a substitute to your knowledge or to your degree. Before we come on to a few mistakes that beginners make, we'd like to go back to the mind map. So here are three secrets that we want to share with you in this webinar. One is that anyone can program. You don't need to be great at maths, and you learn by making mistakes. Uh, Everyone who's ever done programming will tell you that you don't learn by getting the output exactly right every time. When you make mistakes, you will see possible error paths, etc. And making mistakes, you will also see the flow of logic of the code throughout the program. That will help. That will make you more proficient with the program and new ways to think of the problem, rather than doing everything successfully the first time. Also, programming is a lot easier together. Doing it, especially when you're starting up and you want to run a program. If you get stuck, it might get frustrating because of error messages that you don't understand, uh, syntax errors, etc. And getting help from someone who's done it before can help you significantly increase your speed of learning. I'll just jump back to the PPT. Here are a few common mistakes that beginners make. One is going through something called tutorial hell, wherein they're just stuck in learning mode, wherein they just keep on doing tutorial one after the other. This is a mistake that even senior programmers make, wherein if you want to learn something new for the first time, you're just stuck in doing tutorials because you don't get comfortable with uh, learning something. And the only way to overcome this is to actually build, is to uh, have a goal set in your mind that you'll do X number of tutorials, and then skip further tutorials until you build something small in whatever you're trying to do. Another common mistake is to think that you should know everything before you start. Uh, you can't master everything, and you don't really feel ready before you start to learn. This is It's better to do than to read. Basically, it's better to get your hands dirty and do the programming and do the programs, rather than try to memorize everything and think that you know all the answers. And as mentioned, learning with a community is much more easier. You won't get stuck on a problem for infinitely long. Uh, and people can also help you in other things, like motivation, and help you be accountable. So if you slack off for a few days, if you don't practice, people can also help you in those aspects as well, which will help you stay on course. Now we'll just go back to the mind map. So here are a few reasons why you should use this course. We're going to focus on visual programming. We're going to have offer a community so that you don't learn alone, and especially for people who are viewing this webinar live, we're also going to give you an offer so that you get a good deal on this course. With this course, you'll be able to build a responsive website with both a front end or back end. Front end is everything that you see on the screen on a website, and back end is basically all the logic that runs on a remote server somewhere and a database. Uh, so we're going to use a very simple database called Firebase. It's very easy to set up, and it doesn't require much programming as such. You just set it up, and for a very simple website, it's quick to learn and easy to deploy. We're also going to deploy your website live on the web. This will be done using GitHub Pages. On GitHub Pages, it's free, so you can deploy a static website, which is what you're going to build, with some of the uh, some of the backend being connected via HTMX. Some of the questions that people might ask themselves before joining a programming course could be some of the following, and here are some common responses to it. You might think that I'm not a techie. Can I really do this? So our course is designed for programmers, and you don't need a CS degree as a prerequisite to do this course. You just need a willingness to learn and to actually spend time and have a little patience. If you think that you don't have too much time to do this course, you just need 3 hours to get started. Uh, and another thing that we focus on is design programming. So you're not going to be starting on with a language like C and learn about variables, etc. Learn about different programming concepts and then use the terminal and get stuck in endless errors. We're going to help you in a more beginner focused way, a beginner friendly way, wherein you don't have to worry too much about syntax because you're going to just be using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which is more syntax friendly. You're going to be doing web development, which involves you seeing the results visually. So if you're adding an image, you add the image and then you see the actual image on the screen. If you add text, you're going to see the text in the screen. And if you make a mistake, you're also going to see something that looks off on the screen. So you get visual results, and uh, they're generally just static websites. It's easier to learn, and you also get fewer errors. And also, it helps you build your confidence. This is something called the startup lean stack that we are going to teach you. It's the fastest way to build and deploy a website. This website is going to be a database back website with a small backend powered by Firebase functions and HTMX. So this is a no complicated backend. Use Firebase as the backend, as the database and the backend. Minimal setup. You just use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is what is needed for a basic website. And then we add a little bit of HTMX so that it adds a little bit of dynamic behavior to your website. Instant deployment. You don't have to wait for a while. You just push it to Git, which we'll also teach you in the course, and you'll see your website live instantly on your web browser. You can there'll be the website might be cached, but we'll show you tricks on how to remove the cache, and you'll be able to see all the changes live. And the actual elements that you'll be learning during this course is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which is the core web technologies, the basics of all of this. HTMX, which is used to make the page interactive, so you don't have to use a lot more JavaScript. A lot of your requests will be sent from directly from your forms or HTML elements directly to your backend, which will be running Firebase functions to run small functions on your backend, and you'll store all your data in a database called Firebase database, which is very simple to set up, run, and deploy. Another common question would be looking into the future and the advance of AI. You might be asking, why not I just use AI? Why do I have to learn all of this? If I just spit out a prompt if I just input a prompt in ChatGPT or whatever, want it give me a website already? And there's also a few models that are coming up, not models, a few services that are coming up that claim to be your AI programmer that will replace X programmers, etc. So what we say to that is that if you don't know the basics, you firstly want to know what to build or how to validate the AI generated code if there are mistakes. And also, AI is currently and even in the future, it's more useful for assisting you. So, a developer who uses AI might be more powerful than a developer that don't use AI. But a beginner that tries to beat a developer using AI might not be able to build anything. You need to understand the logic, structure, and problem solving. And AI output is often wrong or inefficient, and you won't know how to check it if you don't have the basics. So even though it can generate a lot of code, you might not know what it is or how to even use it. And AI will only follow your instructions for the most part. You will have to still be creative and innovative with your ideas, prompts, etc. Another question we get asked is, will programming jobs disappear? Uh, a few of the very low level programming jobs might shrink, but generally the demand for programmers will grow, not shrink. This is because AI is a tool. It won't replace a lot of programmers. It might replace very few low level programmers, but there'll still be a demand for anyone using for a lot of good developers. Companies also need a lot of developers to fix AI mistakes and to optimize code, because AI code is not 100% correct all the time. AI powered tools also create more opportunities for skilled developers to level up. So, developers can use AI tools to create better code, and learning to program also gives you a huge advantage. You will not be the one replaced by AI, rather, you'll be leveraging its use to become a better programmer. Now, here's a special offer. Before we coming to the special offer, we have a few bonuses as well and a limited time offer. So with our course, you can learn to build a full website and deploy it with a functioning backend and responsiveness in 3 days. You'll get step-by-step training. You will have a live Q&A session, and you'll get personalized feedback. Uh, and you'll get a exclusive webinar price of 49990, which is half the price. Uh, so on our 3R website, you'll see the course as this one, the coding career blueprint. It's currently marked on our website as 9,990 rupees. But if you buy the website and if you buy the course and if you email us, I'll put my email uh, on the webinar chat. You will give you a discount. We also have a few bonuses that are included in the course for no additional cost. Everyone will receive a self-evaluation scorecard, which is a video that basically enables you to see how well you have done the course, etc., and further steps that you can do to continue your learning. Uh, in the new age of AI, we'll also give you a small video on how to find programming solutions using Google and ChatGPT. We'll also give you a small course on Git and GitHub pages so that you can deploy your app and share it with the world in a free way. And we'll also hold a one-on-one 30-minute clarity session so that you can ask and answer ask all your questions and get it answered by us. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. But why us? So we have a structured learning approach. You don't have to waste time searching for videos, etc., resources. Everything is provided in the course. It's a hands-on project, so you will build. You will not just watch me explain the concepts, etc. It'll be a hands-on course, and we'll provide support whenever you're stuck. Uh, we'll have uh, 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 we'll have doubt times throughout the course. So you can join us during that time and ask us your questions, and we'll help you get unstuck and move forward. So here's the offer again: 3-day programming bootcamp at a price of 4,990. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we can. Thank you. I'll just raise the hand 1 second. I've enabled raise hand. I can't see the video. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic session.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed this one. Very
Thank you.
important. Just a quick question from my end.
Yes.
Uh, so in terms of the softwares that are
Yes.
needed, right? So when someone starts building,
Yes.
I think you will need an editor,
Yes.
basic HTML, text
Yeah. You
editor.
need a laptop or a desktop, and then and all the other software will be free. That is, you can download it for free. You'll need a editor and basically any editor and browser to see the output.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now we just need two technologies basically to become a full stack developer: HTMX and Firebase.
Yes.
That's a breakthrough.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Like just imagine when you were starting off, like full stack development, you would think of like six, seven different tech, right?
Yeah.
But now the magic is that it's HTMX and Firebase. That's it,
Yeah.
right? So really awesome. Thanks for all of the inputs. Yeah, I won't use AI too much. I think we'll go with your course. Okay,
Yeah.
super awesome. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Looking forward to more sessions from you. Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Uh, so I think that's. Don't think we have any more questions. Uh, I'll just check YouTube, Facebook. 1 second. Yeah, we don't have any more questions, so we'll be ending the webinar. How 1 second? How long will it take us to build a website? So the initial website, with the help of our course, you'll be building it in 3 hours. But you can continue and build a more complicated website, and depending on the complexity, the website, the duration to build it will change. But a simple static website you can build in about an hour or so, and you can a website can be a very simple one that you can build in an hour, or you can build a very complicated one, and one like Facebook, etc., might take you much longer. Thank you. And think that's there are no more questions. So thank you. We'll be ending the webinar. I'll just put my email so that you can send in your uh, requests once you've made the purchase. Thank you. Bye. Good day.